How to achieve a healthy work-life balance. You can have that dream life. Do you feel like all you do is work? Can't you seem to find time for yourself or your family? Well, you're not alone. According to some statistics, more than 60% of American workers believe their work-life balance is poor. But with so much work to do, how can you strike a balance between work and life? And isn't it best to work harder anyway? Finding a work-life balance is becoming more and more difficult. So how do we fix that? Keep watching and you'll find out. Welcome to Skillset, your one-stop shop for all things finance, business, marketing and money topics. Of course, the crypto, NFTs and metaverse, and all blockchain-related topics are not left out. We are a group passionate about seeing you educated about those topics, but we promise to keep entertaining you. So kindly like and share this video if you find it helpful. Also, smash that subscribe button for more videos like this. Today, we will talk about work-life balance and how you can achieve it. Let's roll. What do we mean when we say work-life balance anyway? Work-life balance is often seen as the compromise between work time and time spent engaging in other non-work related activities. This school of thought insists that in an ideal world, we would have time after work to engage in activities that nourish us personally, whether socializing with friends and family or participating in hobbies. Although the concept of balance is simple to understand, what does it mean? For example, do you need to do more than just attend a yoga session once a week? The most important question is how to decide what works in a world where the lines between work and home are increasingly blurred. What makes a work-life balance so important? We all make the mistake of assuming that we can be productive constantly, or that an 8-hour workday translates to 8 hours of output. But that's just plain hogwash. Instead, we need diversity in our daily activities to remain healthy and energetic over the long term, just like in our diets. Research suggests that workers stop being productive after a certain number of hours, but the toll on their health rises sharply. Burnout, weariness and stress-related health problems are more likely to affect workaholics and people who have difficulty caring for themselves. And that brings us to effects of an unhealthy work-life balance. More damaging than simply skipping the gym is a poor work-life balance. According to one study, people who work more than 55 hours a week have an increased risk of stroke. An increased incidence of anxiety and depression is linked to the same number of hours worked. Another study discovered that working long hours was associated with a loss in physical health, even after adjusting sleep patterns. Work-life balance by definition affects all aspects of your existence, but it often manifests differently for different people. You probably have an unhealthy balance if 1. Even when you're not at work, your thoughts are constantly at work. Burnout is more likely to happen to people who struggle to set boundaries between work and life. 2. Your relationships are starting to suffer inside and outside the workplace. You might get agitated easily by co-workers and alienated from loved ones. 3. Something is off. You have unexplainable aches and pains. You may lack energy or have trouble focusing at work. 4. Nothing seems interested or important when you're not at work. Unless you have to, you don't feel like doing anything. You also alienate yourself from your pals by declining invites repeatedly. 5. You spend a lot of money hiring outside help for personal projects. Laundry, dishes and mail accumulate, waiting for when you have time to complete them. 6. You find it difficult to take time off when you're ill, stressed out, or when you need to take care of personal matters. You can't recall your most recent vacation, and you don't have plans to take one. 7. You can't imagine spending the rest of your life doing what you do. Life seems boring, even if you work for a firm or in a field you once enjoyed. And 8. No matter what you're doing, you constantly feel like you should be doing something else. You have an existential crisis due to this lack of direction and presence. 12 ways to achieve work-life balance. The truth is, this is not going to work for everyone. We don't expect you to find the perfect balance in a day, but finding it over a week or more is a more realistic approach. Check in with your inner compass and results to find the best balance. First of all, start small. The work habits you have developed over time will probably not change overnight, even though you may be impatient for your work-life balance to improve. For instance, if your goal is to spend less time staring at your phone, setting a time limit on yourself will undoubtedly make you feel more frustrated. However, starting with a simpler goal, such as one 5-minute tech-free break daily, will increase your chances of success. We have put together these 12 suggestions for enhancing work-life balance, plus extra advice if you're a team leader or manager. Number 1, create a schedule that combines work with social, recreational, or fitness activities. Try taking virtual meetings while you go for a walk if you often find yourself in back-to-back meetings. You could also have a friend over to work with you, or take a call outside if the noise level permits. Leaders, lead by example. Take meetings when you're out walking. Invite your children to join you on a Zoom. We already know they're there anyway. Or space out sessions to allow everyone to catch their breath. Number 2, recognize how your brain works. Use productivity tricks like a Pomodoro timer to work in short, concentrated bursts. To maximize your time, eliminate any other sources of distraction. Leaders, enroll in Cognitive Science 101 to learn more about the brain's functioning. Create a manageable and attainable schedule for your meetings and due dates. Number 3, create time slots for different tasks. Create times to attend meetings, check and respond to messages, and perform intellectually taxing tasks. Again, scheduling these obligations around the periods when you're at your best intellectually is beneficial. Leaders, don't let the immediate messaging culture become the norm. Do not mistake responsiveness for involvement by clarifying that messages received after business hours will not get immediate attention. Number 4, stop working at a specific hour. Work grows to fill the time allocated, according to a proverb. If you work from home, it's much easier to let work infringe on your personal time. Decide when your workday will stop, and then stick to it by turning off any equipment used for work, locking your office, or planning something to do afterwards. Leaders, schedule meetings only during the daytime. Working across time zones can be challenging in this situation. Encourage your workers to leave the office at a certain time each day, and speak with anyone you see always staying late to see if they need assistance. Number 5, let technology help you disconnect. Blocking work tools after hours will help you avoid distractions throughout the day. Try to keep one device free from work so you can entirely unplug or limit work to one device. Leaders, instruct your staff to leave their work phones and laptops at home before joining any team outings. They will value positive consent even if you feel it unnecessary to state it. Number 6, grab a bite to eat with co-workers or go out for lunch. You can meet with co-workers or take a lunch break outside if you work from home. The tempo variation will be energizing and, of course, prompt you to eat something. Leaders, create social gatherings like book clubs, birthday celebrations, and happy hours. So that they can see that you also take time to eat, put your lunch break on your calendar. Number 7, take a break. Time off like sick days, personal days, vacations, and bereavement leave is important for your welfare. Leaders, make sure to remind your staff that paid time off, PTO, and sick days are benefits that are included in their salaries. Actions speak louder than words, and you as their leader should take vacation time. Number 8, imbalance is difficult to ignore when one is mindful. You can increase your awareness of your emotions and physical well-being by using mindfulness techniques like breath awareness or meditation. By paying attention to these feelings, you can learn to recognize when you might be stifling a need to function at work. If your stomach starts to growl, follow that signal and get food. Those spreadsheets won't run away. Number 9, find a hobby or activity you enjoy outside of work. It'll be easier to tune out work messages or stop your day at a set time if you're looking forward to doing something after work. You'll have more vitality and vigor when you engage your other interests. This means you get to bring all those creative juices to work. Number 10, rethink a job that makes you yearn for balance. You may need to consider how you can modify the task you perform, or how you do them if your work feels wholly unrelated to the pursuits that arouse your interest, zeal, energy, and feeling of purpose. Our work should offer moments of fulfillment, accomplishment, and connection, just as well as it fills up the financial void. Number 11, talk with your boss. You can set priorities for your time by talking to your bosses. They should consider hiring more help or simplifying specific tasks if there's too much to do. The worry that we're not doing enough worsens a poor work-life balance. Leaders, ask about employee well-being as you check in with the team. Read between the lines and be attentive to what isn't being said. Deadlines that are missed or lack of responsiveness may be signs of overwhelm. And number 12, work with a therapist or coach. Working with a professional can be extremely beneficial if you feel overwhelmed, stuck, or unsure of where to start when trying to disconnect. You can get started and determine which changes will have the biggest impact by working with a coach or counselor. Enhancing work-life balance at home. We are now shifting to the work-from-home era, and many things are changing about the work-life dynamic. So, how do we balance work from family life while at home? Number 1, set boundaries so you can unplug completely. To establish clear boundaries, set your work hours and let your co-workers and clients know about them. This should include both your working hours and your non-responding hours. Setting up an autoresponder to inform email contacts that you are unavailable is a quick and easy approach for this. However, think about creating a way for important clients or colleagues to get in touch with you in a true emergency so you don't miss out on anything important. Number 2, invest in friendships. Did you know a lack of solid relationships doubles the chance of dying young? Well, that's almost as bad as smoking 15 cigarettes each day. However, strong relationships and social support can enhance health and lengthen life. Make sure to invest time in growing the relationships that are important to you. You'll be able to pay greater attention to the individuals you spend time with if you take the right steps to unplug. Number 3, allow time in your schedule for family activities. Set aside time just for your family. However, everyone in your family must make this time a top priority for it to be successful. Ensure that everyone understands how important family time is. You must all make an effort required to set aside this time. You could also use the time to make calls to distant relatives or other loved ones. Number 4, make quality time a priority. Figure out what is genuinely important to you rather than trying to do everything and feeling unsatisfied. To understand this better, try doing a value exercise or exploring your ikigai. Ikigai, according to the Japanese, refers to something that gives a person a sense of purpose or a reason for living. Examine your personal time management honestly in light of what you've learned. Which hobbies and associations are soul-crushing and which are life-enhancing. Decide where you'll spend your time after having this knowledge in hand. Then prioritize the connections and activities that are of the highest value. Remember that you have a relationship with yourself as well. Whenever you have free time, give yourself permission to relax and rejuvenate. Set a goal to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Finally, finding the perfect work-life balance is a continuous, dynamic process. As your hobbies and circumstances change, you'll continually learn and adjust. Have fun with it. It would help if you evaluated whether your priorities still align with how you're using your time and energy. And don't forget to review your priorities regularly to see what has changed. We've talked about an unusual topic today. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Any questions? Kindly use the comment sections below. We can't wait to hear from you. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button as we bring you more videos like this. Till next time, ciao.